concussions. They're a huge problem in football, from the Pee-wees to the pros. The new movie with Will Smith shining a light on the problem. We're going to talk live to the doctor who inspired it, Dr. Omalu, but first, a look at his story. Will Smith's passionate performance in the new film Concussion earned him a Golden Globe nomination.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
The man Smith portrays in the film is Dr. Bennet Omalu, a Nigerian-born forensic pathologist.
I am the wrong person to have discovered this.
Dr. Omalu's discovery, a brain disease named chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE, is a condition caused by repeated blows to the head, found mostly in athletes who play contact sports like football.
Hard shot on Wes Welker.
The long-term effects can lead to memory loss, depression, dementia, and even suicide. A discovery that pitted him against the powerful NFL.
You're going to war with a corporation that owns a day of the week.
In a recently published New York Times op-ed titled, "Don't Let Kids Play Football," Dr. Omalu wrote, "As a society, the question we have to answer is, when we knowingly and willfully allow a child to play high-impact contact sports, are we endangering that child?" His research may be helping to change the ongoing conversation on concussions.
I am not done.
He is not done, and he is here with us right now, Dr. Bennet Omalu. It is so good to see you again. I watched the film last night, and having spent time with you, Will Smith really got it right. In fact, as you know, he got a Golden Globe nomination, and Will Smith said about this, he said, "I'm grateful to the HFPA for recognizing Dr. Omalu's aspiring and heroic story. Congratulations." And he said he's going to see you at the Golden Globes.
Yes, thank you for having me here, Robin. You know, Will Smith is such a wonderful individual. He's pristine. And in fact, he reminds me of reaffirms my childhood faith and belief in the American perfectionism. He epitomizes that perfection. He took my story and the story of CTE from the depths of the California Central Valley to the peak of the mountaintop of the American mountain and the American psyche. And for this, I'm profoundly grateful. I wish him the best of luck, and may peace be with him.
Oh, it's bringing so much attention to an issue that not only affects the NFL, Pee-wee, all contact sports, but you did make headlines, not just for the movie, but for your op-ed, where you really talked to parents and you said kids should not be playing Pee-wee football, should not be playing contact sports.
Yes.
What is your message to
parents?
High-impact
contact sports.
Right.
My message to parents is always to remember that we are one American family, one joy, one hope, one love. And knowing what we know now, as a society, we are evolving. And as we evolve, we'll give up less intelligent ways we did things in the past, because we're becoming more intelligent. So knowing what we know now, do we continue to expose our children to the risk of permanent brain damage? This is not anti-football. This is not anti-sports. But knowing what we know now, exposure of your head to repeated blows in whatever human activity has an inherent risk of causing damage. So like we have done with smoking, with alcohol, even with sex. Shouldn't we protect our children, the most vulnerable, the most precious gifts of our lives, and let them become adults? Now, if you become an adult, and as a physician, I educate you, and you make up your mind to play, I'll be the very first to stand by your side to defend your right as an American to do whatever you want to do, but not our children.
Dr. Strahan, I think you get a lot of people's attention when you say, as a parent, you don't let your child smoke, drink, as you said.
Yes.
Why would you let them be involved in a contact sport? And you have a demonstration that we see in the movie. Explain what you're going to show.
Yes, this is what you may call Bennet Omalu model.
Okay, the model.
This is a simulation. The jar represents the rigid skull. The brain, the balloon, the pink balloon represents the brain, because your brain floats freely inside your skull. So look at what happens to your brain when you have an impact. So the brain bounces around the skull. So assuming you take a padding, the padding will simulate the helmet. Yes, any type, no matter how thick it is. Look at what happens. So with or without a helmet, your brain still bounces around your skull. So knowing what we know now, with or without a helmet, with or without concussions, repeated blows off your head has a risk of causing permanent brain damage.
You know the NFL and they have taken issue with you in the past, but they say that they have changed their ways. I want to say in part to what the NFL responded to. They said they have made numerous changes to the game to enhance the health and safety of players at all levels of football, these including nearly 40 rule changes in the last decade, strict concussion protocols, better training, and sideline medical care. Are they doing enough? Is this enough?
The CTE, and also there's post-traumatic epilepsy, post-traumatic encephalopathy. It's not about concussions. Concussions do not cause CTE. Concussion by itself is a disease. CTE is a disease. Both are caused by a blow to the head. So no matter how much you reduce concussions, but you're still exposing yourself to repeated blows, your risk of developing CTE is still there. But the movie really, it's not about the nitty-gritty of the science. It's about that spirit of the American family that I so much believed in as a child. It's a story about what it is to be American, to seek the truth, to become enlightened. Seek the truth. The truth does what? Will set you free.
And your name really means that.
Yeah, it's Omalu.
In your native tongue, it means
he who knows should step forth and speak.
And speak the truth.
I mean, this is what defines us as Americans, the truth.
Well, I think people watching this film are going to have a better understanding of your work and your passion, and that you're not anti-football, you're not anti-sport, you just want to provide the knowledge for play. Because I was talking to Jesse Palmer, who's on one of my colleagues. He was talking about he was in the NFL, what, Jesse, 5 years? Right. And that you weren't really as aware.
No, that's right. It was something, as you guys talk about, we just didn't have the education at the time. You really didn't understand, I think, the significance and how that could impact your life moving away from football 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. But I'll say this. I saw the screener for this movie last night. It is extremely powerful. I'm very curious to see how this affects parents moving forward if they watch it, and whether or not they'll allow their children to play football, and how this impacts the popularity of the sport. It's a powerful film.
That's part of the mission. Jesse, thank you. Dr. Omalu, always a pleasure to be in your presence.
I'll
see you again.